Our planet thrives on water. From the snow-capped peaks of mountains to the depths of the oceans, water is essential for all life. Yet this precious resource is not evenly distributed. Many countries rely on shared rivers, lakes, and aquifers. These resources sustain communities, agriculture, and ecosystems. But shared dependence can lead to tension and conflict. Cooperation and sustainable management are crucial. Together, we can ensure water unites rather than divides us. History is replete with examples of conflicts arising from competition over water. These water wars highlight the importance of cooperation and diplomacy in managing this vital resource. One early example is the conflict between the Sumerian city-states of Lagash and Umma in ancient Mesopotamia. These city-states clashed over control of irrigation canals fed by the Tigris and Euphrates rivers. The dispute, lasting for over a century, shows how competition for water can destabilize regions.
The Arab-Israeli conflict shows how water scarcity can exacerbate tensions. The Jordan River basin, shared by Israel, Jordan, Lebanon, and Syria, has been a point of contention for decades. The Six-Day War in 1967 was partly sparked by disputes over water allocation. These examples underscore the need for proactive and peaceful approaches to managing shared water resources.
Today, numerous regions across the globe face geopolitical tensions stemming from shared water resources. The Middle East, Africa, and South Asia, in particular, are grappling with the complex challenges of water scarcity and competing demands.
In the Middle East, the Jordan River basin remains a point of contention, with Israel, Jordan, and the Palestinian territories all vying for control of limited water resources. The construction of dams and water diversion projects has further heightened tensions, leading to accusations of water theft and unfair allocation.
Similarly, the Nile River basin in Africa is a source of growing concern. Egypt, heavily reliant on the Nile for its water needs, is increasingly anxious about upstream dam projects, particularly the Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam being built by Ethiopia. Negotiations between the Nile riparian states are ongoing, but finding a mutually acceptable agreement on water sharing remains a significant challenge. The Nile River, often considered the lifeline of Egypt, is a source of both life and potential conflict. Flowing for over 6,650 kilometers, it sustains millions across 11 countries. Egypt, being the most downstream country, is particularly vulnerable to changes in the river's flow. It depends on the Nile for over 90% of its water needs.
Upstream countries like Ethiopia and Uganda are asserting their right to utilize the Nile's water. The Grand Ethiopian Renaissance Dam has sparked concerns in Egypt about potential water shortages. Ethiopia views the dam as crucial for its growth, while Egypt fears reduced water flow.
Section 5. The Indus and Brahmaputra, Waters of Contention. In South Asia, the Indus and Brahmaputra river systems, shared by India, Pakistan, Bangladesh, and China, are also witnessing growing tensions over water allocation and management.
The Indus Waters Treaty, signed in 1960 between India and Pakistan, has been hailed as a successful example of water diplomacy. The treaty allocates the waters of the Indus and its tributaries to the two countries, with India having control over the eastern rivers and Pakistan over the western rivers.
However, the construction of hydroelectric projects by India on the western rivers, even within the treaty's framework, has raised concerns in Pakistan about potential reductions in water flow.
Similarly, the Brahmaputra River, originating in China, poses another challenge. China's plans to build dams and divert water from the Brahmaputra have sparked anxiety in downstream India and Bangladesh, which rely on the river for irrigation and drinking water.
Section 6. The Tigris and Euphrates, a history of sharing and strife. The Tigris and Euphrates rivers, cradles of ancient civilizations, today flow through modern-day Turkey, Syria, and Iraq, presenting a complex water-sharing challenge.
Turkey, located upstream, controls the headwaters of both rivers and has embarked on ambitious dam construction projects under its Southeastern Anatolia project, also known as GAP. While Turkey argues that GAP will bring economic benefits to the region, downstream Syria and Iraq fear that the dams will significantly reduce the water flow. impacting their water security and agricultural production.
The situation is further complicated by the ongoing conflicts in Syria and Iraq, which have added layers of complexity to water management and allocation. The destruction of infrastructure and displacement of populations have exacerbated water scarcity and heightened the risk of water-related tensions.
The Tigris and Euphrates basin exemplifies the interconnectedness of water resources, politics, and conflict, highlighting the need for collaborative approaches to ensure equitable and sustainable water management.
Section 7. A world running dry: climate change and growing demands. As global temperatures rise and weather patterns become increasingly erratic, the world is facing a growing water crisis.
Climate change is exacerbating existing water challenges, leading to more frequent and severe droughts, floods, and melting glaciers. Rising temperatures lead to increased evaporation, reducing water availability in rivers, lakes, and reservoirs.
Droughts are becoming more frequent and intense, particularly in arid and semi-arid regions, impacting agriculture, livestock, and human health.
Simultaneously, the global population continues to grow, placing even greater strain on already stressed water resources. More people require more water for drinking, sanitation, agriculture, and industrial activities.
This confluence of climate change and population growth is creating a perfect storm for water scarcity, increasing the likelihood of competition and conflict over this precious resource.
Section 8. Water as a weapon: the potential for conflict.
The growing scarcity of water, coupled with the geopolitical tensions surrounding shared water resources, raises concerns about the potential for water wars in the future.
While history provides limited evidence of full-scale wars fought explicitly over water, it is crucial to recognize the potential for water to be used as a weapon or a tool of coercion.
Countries facing acute water shortages may resort to desperate measures, including the diversion of water resources, the destruction of water infrastructure, or the use of water as a bargaining chip in political negotiations.
Moreover, water scarcity can exacerbate existing social, economic, and political tensions within and between countries, potentially leading to unrest, migration, and conflict.
While the likelihood of full-fledged water wars remains a subject of debate, it is essential to acknowledge the potential for water to become a source of conflict and to take proactive steps to mitigate these risks.
Section 9. Cooperation, not conflict. Finding common ground.
Despite the challenges, there is hope.
History also offers numerous examples of successful cooperation over shared water resources.
Countries, recognizing their interdependence, have come together to establish agreements, institutions, and mechanisms for the joint management of transboundary water bodies.
The Indus Waters Treaty between India and Pakistan, mentioned earlier, serves as a testament to the power of dialogue and diplomacy in resolving water disputes.
Despite their often turbulent relationship, the two countries have largely adhered to the treaty's provisions for over 6 decades.
Similarly, the Nile Basin Initiative, established in 1999, provides a platform for the 10 Nile riparian countries to cooperate on the sustainable management and development of the Nile River Basin.
While challenges remain, the NBI exemplifies the commitment of these countries to work together towards a shared vision for the Nile.
These success stories demonstrate that cooperation, not conflict, is the only viable path towards ensuring water security for all.
Section 10. Towards a water-secure future: innovation and sustainable practices.
Addressing the challenges of water scarcity and geopolitical tensions requires a multifaceted approach that combines technological innovation, sustainable water management practices, and robust international cooperation.
Investments in water-efficient technologies, such as drip irrigation, precision agriculture, and water recycling, can significantly enhance water productivity and reduce water waste.
Promoting sustainable agricultural practices like drought-resistant crops and rainwater harvesting can enhance resilience to climate change and reduce pressure on water resources.
Furthermore, exploring alternative sources of water such as desalination and treated wastewater reuse can diversify water supplies and reduce reliance on stressed freshwater sources.
Section 11. A shared responsibility: our collective duty to protect water.
Water is fundamental to life itself. It sustains us, connects us, and shapes our world.
The challenges posed by shared water resources are complex and multifaceted, requiring a collective effort from all stakeholders.
Governments, international organizations, civil society, and individuals all have a role to play in promoting water security and preventing water conflicts.
By embracing dialogue, cooperation, and sustainable practices, we can ensure that water, the source of life, continues to nourish our planet and its people for generations to come.
The future of water security lies in our hands. It is a shared responsibility, demanding our collective wisdom, ingenuity, and unwavering commitment to building a more peaceful and sustainable future. Subscribe to our channel for more videos on water security and other important global issues. Together we can make a difference.